Bukayo Saka has agreed a new deal with Arsenal Football Club that will see him earn up to £300,000 a week, including win and goal bonuses, with a base salary of £250,000. We're going to delve into more of that and the fallout surrounding it as well, because there is. And I think football fans have got to come together to defend Bukayo Saka here. We're also going to take a look at Osimhen to Chelsea, a big claim from Fabrizio Romano, and an update on Manchester United's takeover as well. Hit the like button, subscribe, click that bell notification, people. Let's go. Before we jump into the news today, scan those QR codes on the screen. One for the Top 6 podcast on Spotify. The other, the Clips channel. Go check that out now. Go become a subscriber over there. But no better place to start today than the big news that's got Arsenal fans excited, and that is surrounding Bukayo Saka, whose new Arsenal contract is set to see him earn up to £300,000 per week. He'll easily be Arsenal's top earner. He deserves it. I'm going to take my Man United hat off and be a football person for a moment. It's good to see Arsenal pay their top talent before they've peaked out the going rate. It's horrible as a Man United fan to see it, but it's brilliant for Arsenal fans to see this. But Saka deserves it. He's moved on to a world-class level of performance. His ability was already there. They're tying down his future. They are sending a message out to rivals and their squad that, one, if you bring success, you'll be rewarded with money, which is a big motivator for a lot of working class people that become footballers. But secondly, this isn't a one season flash in the pan situation where our best, people keep comparing it to Leicester. Barring Vardy, Leicester lost all of their best players to other big teams. Arsenal were determined to not let that happen again, as it did to their invincible squad, and as it did to their squads multiple times in the late noughties as well, especially Man City buying up their players, Man United as well with Van Persie. They want to tie these individuals down and build a superior squad to everybody else in the Premier League. That is their aim. There's no doubt that Saka deserves it. 110%. Footballers deserve the money they earn. People often say, no, they don't. It's ludicrous. Well, the footballers are the main reason we watch football. The industry, especially the Premier League, is worth billions of pounds a year. I love seeing the main workers, the footballers, paid a huge share of that income. I think it's a brilliant thing to see, and I wish we could get this to happen and make this happen in more industries. I wish more industries would do this, where the main people earn the lion's share of the money. It's a great thing to see. Now, there's going to be a lot of stick that comes his way. I've already seen it. You'll see in the way the headline was produced by the Daily Mail, up to £350,000 a week. His salary is nearer the £200,000 a week, I'm told. The rest of it, around 100K, is going to be win and goal-related bonuses. Now, the reason I point this out is because the media's got a habit when a player starts to move on to proper money from a footballing context. They go through this process, the media, of trying to over-index the money. They will then start to focus even more at times on what Bukayo Saka is spending his money on, the cars that he drives, the homes he buys, what he does for his mother, just as they did Raheem Sterling, just as they do to Marcus Rashford. And of course, they will lie about it in the same way that they did Alexis Sanchez's wages when he moved to Man United. If you go back and check the original articles when he signed compared to when he left, there's an increase of nearly £200,000 a week that's placed on his wages. We also know when Sancho signed for Man United, it was very widely reported that he was on £250,000 a week plus bonuses. Ornstein, Laurie Whitwell here confirming that. If you look at websites and articles now, they all state £350,000 a week. They include the bonuses in it. That way, his poor start to life at Man United is then exaggerated because the salary is even higher than it should be. And although Saka's doing brilliantly well, it still isn't right to lie about his salary. He is on around £200,000 a week base, and it can rise to 300,000 if he's scoring, and if Arsenal are winning, and if they're lifting trophies. And that for me is a very important distinction here. And I like to be fair to footballers because I cannot stand the way we as a footballing society attack and berate these working class men who have made it. Working class people that are born to relatively no money, who create wealth for themselves through being successful at sport or business. I have no understanding in my mind of why our action is to do nothing but celebrate. Our action should be to do nothing but celebrate the success of a working class person who comes from a relatively poor background succeeding, whether they're English, Brazilian, Polish, Australian, American, or from New Zealand. It shouldn't matter in any capacity. So well done to Bukayo Saka. Massive deal for Arsenal Football Club. I want your thoughts and feelings. Now, staying in London, and of course, hit like buttons, leave comments below as well. Osimhen to Chelsea. This is an exclusive from Fabrizio Romano with Caught Offside, where he has stated that Chelsea plan to sign another striker alongside Christopher Nkunku. Victor Osimhen could be an option. All top clubs want him: Chelsea, Man United, and PSG. Chelsea want him, though. Chelsea are going to fight hard for him, and you know what that means when it comes to Todd Boehly. That means this man is going to fight. It means this man is going to push. It means they are going to spend huge sums of money trying to get him. PSG want him, we already know. Man United, Ben Jacobs believes are the front runners. He believes Man United have a genuine chance, genuine opportunity of bringing the individual in, making him a Man United player. Osimhen's preference is Man United. However, bringing this back to Chelsea, that doesn't mean anything to them. The amount of players they signed in the summer that were linked with other clubs first or that they weren't the front runners for was ridiculous. Even in January, Enzo Fernandez, going to be a Liverpool player. Liverpool, according to the media, both domestically and in Argentina, ends up being a Chelsea player. Mykhailo Mudryk, whether you agree with the signing, think it's good or not, Arsenal, and then Chelsea got the deal done, dusted, and over the line. I just have a gut feeling Chelsea could do the same here. I will listen to the media reports. I will listen to the journalists that say United are the front runners, and I'll say, okay, cool. I'll look at the bookmakers and what the bookmakers say and go, okay, well, that's where people are putting their money. I'll listen to fan opinion as well. But I've got a gut feeling that Chelsea could pull this deal off. And I was in a space last night, and a lot of Chelsea fans were talking about how some don't want Graham Potter at the club. But then there was some defense of him stating, give him a couple of prolific goal scorers. And if you put Nkunku as a secondary striker with Osimhen ahead of him, you are putting prolific upon prolific. You are putting dangerous. You are putting deadly, productive players with genuine output in a team. That is a scary notion. That could be the difference in the turnaround. You could see Chelsea from being essentially a mid-table team this year to being back in a title race or definitely in a top 4 race with a signing like this. So it's going to be a very, very interesting piece of business, no doubt about it whatsoever, when it comes to Victor Osimhen. But I do want your views. I want your opinions. Where do you think that he is going to end up? I want your thoughts and I want your feelings in the comment sections right now. Now, moving to Manchester, the Rain Group could invite a third round of offers or name a preferred bidder in the race to buy Manchester United. This is the latest report to come out via the mainstream media, shared there by United Report. Now, this has been shared by the Rain Group. The Rain Group are the ones who are sharing and putting out this news. There could be more bids that we ask for to make everybody raise their bids. There could be someone we put as a preferred bidder who we see as being the right choice. That could then lead to people putting higher bids in. That's essentially what they're doing. And nothing has changed from what I told you all last week. This is about competitive tension. This is about creating competition, pushing the envelope and trying to raise that price as high as possible to get the Glazers the best price possible. I wouldn't be surprised by the late end of this week to start to see reports again of there's fears the Glazers may stay. The bidders haven't been given an update yet. This process is prolonging. There was a hope and a feeling, by the way, that the Rain Group pushed out, which increased the share price, that by the end of March there would be a resolution, and there still could be. They could name a preferred bidder later today, tomorrow, and this goes away. But if the Glazers say we want to try and push the envelope a little more to get some extra money, they may do it. This could see bidders increase their offers. It could also see some of the bidders come together. You could see, for instance, Elliott Management or the Finnish tech individual, Thomas, I forget his surname, merge together with Sir Jim Ratcliffe, or maybe even with the Qataris. The Qataris may prefer to um, join forces with another bidder to increase the money. That way, they get to maintain the level of power in the negotiations that they individually are not increasing their offer, but the Glazers can get more money if they want. Of course, there'd be stipulations around who gets the control, who gets the final say, etc. So there's multiple outcomes that could happen here, but things still remain positive. Very positive for a sale of Man United. You will start to see the scaremonger tactics of what are the club going to do in the summer, how they're going to progress, how are they going to move on. The club are acting as normal. They're hiring people, they're doing their due diligence for the summer, they're working on the transfer targets of Ten Hag. There were some media reports yesterday that there is fear that there could be structural change at the club that could unsettle things. That isn't going to happen in a massive degree. That isn't going to happen in a massive degree. You may see better people coming at board level to help run things, but they are not going to pull the rug from under Eric Ten Hag's feet, not with the club moving in the right direction and having the right trajectory. That's been made clear in a number of the bids so far. So again, there's a bit of scaremongering going on amongst fans, but all of this is, again, I think what they're trying to do is create a notion of maybe we should stay as we are because we're improving. What would that do if fans started to think that? It would make potential bidders maybe bid more money. It's all about getting more money. Don't allow yourselves to deviate onto another subject from this. The Rain Group want more money because their clients are the Glazers. The Rain Group are not our saviors. They're not helping to sell Man United for you and I. They're doing it for the Glazers. Always remember that. I want to thank you all for tuning in this morning. Make sure those QR codes are scanned and you're checking out the Top 6 show on Spotify and leaving us a review as well. Really important for us. Give us a 5-star review. Make sure you're getting it downloaded every week. Set it on auto download so you get reminders come through, so you get the Top 6 podcast. And check out the Clips channel as well. KJ runs that for us. Amazing segments from our shows. I guarantee you haven't even seen all of them. I guarantee it's fresh new content for a lot of you. So go and check out the Terrace Clips. Until next time, take care. Goodbye. God bless. Always a pleasure to speak. And I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.